Hello, pretty people. Welcome back to Indie Swad. I'm glad to get back to you today with a new recipe. What we are going to make today is stuffed appalu. These appalu are a fusion of health and taste. The appalu are a very common and popular dish in South India. Usually, these are made without any stuffing, but you need to watch on to see what I have stuffed it with. So let us get down to cooking. To begin with, start peeling 5 to 6 sweet potatoes one by one as shown in the video. If your potatoes are bulkier, then perhaps you will need only 2 or 3 of them. After peeling all the sweet potatoes, cut them into slices of thickness of about half a centimeter. After cutting them into slices, we are going to transfer them into a container. The next step is to cook the sweet potatoes on steam. To do so, you can use a steamer or cook the sweet potatoes on steam as shown in the video. Okay, so now you must be wondering if we can use a pressure cooker to boil these pieces or boil them directly in water. But we have not done so because we don't want too much of moisture to accumulate in the pieces. Next, in a bowl, take 400 grams of Maida, that is all-purpose flour, and add 2 tablespoons of melted ghee to it. Now mix it with your hand so that all the ghee is thoroughly mixed with the Maida. After doing so, add half a teaspoon of salt and mix it once again. Now it is time to start adding water little by little. Make sure that you do not add all the water at once, because if you do so, there is a risk that your dough may become too thin. Now that we have been adding water little by little and mixing it constantly, our dough is almost done. Knead the dough thoroughly to make it smooth. This is the texture of the dough that is to be obtained. As you can see, it is neither too tough nor too thin. Now we will cover the dough with a lid and let it rest. Meanwhile, in a pan add 1 tablespoon of ghee. If the ghee is not already melted, wait for the ghee to melt. Then add 15 to 20 numbers of cashew nuts. Roast these cashew nuts while stirring them continuously in the ghee. Wait for them to change color, and now that they have changed color, we will put them aside. In the same pan again, we are going to add 10 almonds and repeat the same procedure to roast these almonds. After they change color, we are going to take them off the stove. Again to the same pan, add freshly sliced coconut, about a quarter of a coconut, and saute continuously as you roast them. Make sure to maintain a low flame because we do not want our coconut pieces to get burnt. So now they have turned brown, we are going to turn off the flame. Next, in a mixer jar, add 3 tablespoons of sugar and 3 pods of cardamom and grind them into a fine powder. You can see here, we have obtained a very fine powder of sugar. In the same jar, add the roasted cashew nuts and almonds together and grind them. As you can see, we have not ground them into a very fine powder but only crushed them roughly. Now in the same jar, add the roasted coconut and grind it. This is the texture of the coconut. This is how it is to be ground. We have not made it into a smooth paste by adding water. Next, in the same jar, we are also going to add the sweet potatoes and grind them. If you do not want to grind them like this, you can use a masher to mash the potatoes. So we have ground it into a smooth paste which is neither too dry nor too moist. Now in another bowl, take the mashed sweet potatoes and to it add the powdered sugar, the ground coconut and the dry fruit powder. We are going to mix all these ingredients together. By now you must have understood that this is going to be the stuffing for a appalu. The stuffing is made up of sweet potatoes and so it is definitely going to be a healthier option. Now we will cover the stuffing with a lid and let it rest for a while. After about 20 minutes, it is time to start preparing the appalu. On uncovering the dough, you will notice that your dough has sweat a bit. So we are going to knead it once again. Before we proceed, we will apply some ghee on our palms and take small portions of the stuffing. Each portion is to be rolled between your palms to make it into a smooth ball. Do so with the entire stuffing to make the stuffing ready to be stuffed in the dough when we have prepared it. Before we give shape to our appalu, apply some ghee on the surface of a plate. Now this is the plate on which I am going to place my appalu after I have prepared them. So do so on any container that you are going to use for the purpose. Now start taking small portions of the dough, roll them into a ball, flatten it, keep expanding it as you flatten it. After stretching the dough sufficiently to fit in the stuffing, we are going to put the stuffing inside and seal the dough. Seal it carefully so that the stuffing does not fall out of the appalu. Now once again we are going to flatten this stuffed dough. This way we are giving shape to our appalu. So now we have shaped our stuffed dough into appalu very beautifully. Likewise, we are going to prepare all the appalu with the stuffing and the dough. Here I have prepared all my appalu. Let us fry these appalu and have them as soon as possible. For this, in a deep vessel, take sufficient amount of cooking oil to fry all your appalu. Wait for the oil to heat on a medium flame. And once it is heated sufficiently, we are going to start lowering our appalu one by one into the hot oil very carefully so as to not spill the oil on ourselves. When they change into a golden color, flip them and keep frying on a low to medium flame. When they are completely cooked, you will see a bright golden color to them, and this means that it is time to take them out of the pan. And in the same way, we are going to fry all our stuffed appalu. And here we go with our delicious, yummy, sweet lot of appalu to snack on. Have these hot to enjoy them to the fullest. So guys, that's all for today. If you like the recipe, subscribe to our channel Indie Swad and do not forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated. Do share with your friends and try it out at home and let us know about your experience in the comment section below. See you again in a new video with a new recipe. Until then, goodbye and take care.